Hi everyone, if you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if not, then welcome back to another one of my videos. My name is Felice, and today's video is going to be sapphic romance recommendations. I feel like my tripod is up really high today. Is that just me? Something's going on here, and I feel like it's a weird angle. Anyway, guys, look at my flowers. They were a gift from me to me. Not a surprise, because I literally bought them for myself. I just want to take a minute and say how, like, buying flowers for yourself is such a beautiful experience. Yes, I did stand in the flower section of the grocery store for about, I shit you not, like 40 minutes. Literally, I went there twice, and I just stood there and I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna buy? Number one, why the hell are flowers so expensive? Number two, like, I had such indecision. I spent like 20 minutes there twice. So yeah, 40 minutes choosing fucking flowers. But look how gorgeous they are. And that was like a bouquet I made myself too. Like, I picked two small bouquets and then I like made a nice one. Anyway, whatever. I just want to say, like, guys, if you've never bought flowers for yourself, do that right now. It is so, like, freeing, and it's a major thing for self-love. Like, I'm just like, wow. Turned over a whole new leaf there. Today we're talking about love. Who's surprised? I just thought that went with flowers. Anyway, long awaited, not for probably many of you, but for me. I've wanted to do a sapphic romance recommendation video for like 2 years. Have I even had this channel 2 years? I don't think so, but a long ass time. Tell me why, guys. These are just so hard to find. And if you find a sapphic read or a sapphic like novel, it's 50-50 whether it's gonna be good or not. If the representation is gonna be good, if it's gonna be written like well, because sometimes I don't want to say normally, but usually a straight person writes it. So like, you know, it's just hard to find good ones. Well, no, I definitely know I found good ones. Yeah, but it's just so hard to find any at all. When you're in a like underwritten genre like this one, then you just take what you can get and you're fucking thankful for it. But it's just very hard to find these books. So guys, I'm coming to your rescue today. So yeah, I've been reading sapphic books for a while. I literally couldn't tell you when I first read one. I do know my first one, I'm pretty sure, was, goddamn, I'm literally about to talk about this book, I better know the fucking title of it. Penelope Douglas, Tris 6 Venom, or Trist 6 Venom, I don't know how the fuck you say it. And I think that was my first one. Low-key, it might not have been, I don't know. Anyway, I just know that I've always loved reading sapphic romances. I myself, this feels like a coming out video. I am bisexual. Have I ever been in a committed relationship with a man or a woman? No. But I do know that I'm bisexual. Women and their power in being a woman is one of the hottest things ever. So yeah, I'm a women supporter. And yeah, sapphic romances are one of the ways I do that. I just love a good sapphic romance. Not only does it like shake up what I'm reading, it's just, yeah, it's different and it's something I can envision myself doing, and it just makes me feel, yeah, more included. Do I think that it shakes up the like dynamic of a regular MF romance? No. Sometimes authors do copy and paste it. Like I said, we get what we can because this is a very underwritten genre. I don't know if you can call it that. And we're just thankful for everything. At least I am. I'll speak for myself, sorry. I am very thankful for everything. So these are not all of the sapphic romances I've read recently. I think I didn't include like 2 because I don't want to say they're trash. I can't say they're trash. They just weren't very good. They were just like straight porn and shit, and it wasn't written very well, so yeah. I'm not gonna include those ones because I didn't really love them. I gave them like 3 stars. If you want, you can find them on my Goodreads. I'm pretty sure I have like a shelf of sapphic romances. I think. I should make one if I don't. Anyway, we're talking about 5 today. And yeah, that's a really short recommendation video for me, but like, guys, I've been waiting years to do this. It's Pride Month. Let's do this, okay? I said this in my last video, but I wasn't necessarily waiting for Pride Month. I was just like, you know, it's time. I have the list. I've been not procrastinating doing it, but I've been away, blah, blah, blah. Everything was happening, so I was like, yeah, let's do it right now. So we're gonna jump into it now. I just want to say, though, happy Pride Month, guys. Be you. Be proud. I'm being proud right now when I'm filming this video, so yeah. Calling all the sapphic lovers. And if you have never read a sapphic romance, guys, you should read them. Come on over to that side, baby, because it's so fun. And we love women around here, so let's get into it. Okay, so Loathing You by Amina Khan is the one I read most recently. This one, it's giving Tris 6 Venom vibes. If you've never read Tris 6 Venom, some would argue that it is the blueprint for sapphic romances. Would I say that? I'm not too sure. I do think it's one of the most popular ones, though. So yeah, I will be recommending Tris 6 Venom, but we're going to start with this one because I read it most recently. This is a bad girl, good girl romance. It follows Juliet and Adeline. It is British English, like UK English, I think. So like Adeline is spelled with an, like it's A-D-A, I think. So it looks a little weird, but I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Adeline. Anyway, they both go, I think it's a private school. They both go to a private school. One of them is born like rich and privileged, and the other one is born into a little bit more like, not really tragedy, but like she doesn't have parents, she's raised by her brothers, like with a lot of money. So like they're on different sides of the scale, right? But one is much happier than the other. One of them is in the closet, one of them is not, which it kind of seems to be the theme with all these books. I would love so much for a sapphic romance to be with both of them out and proud. I haven't found that yet, unfortunately, but like I said, we take what we can get, and I'm very appreciative for it because personally I love this book. So it follows Juliet and Adeline. They hate each other. I always confuse their names because to me Juliet is a fancier name than Adeline, so I thought she was a rich one, but I'm pretty sure it's the other way around. Anyway, one of them is a bully to the other one and makes fun of her for like everything. It is the rich one that's the bully because like, yeah, I mean, it fits. Yeah, she is just so like rude about everything. There is internalized homophobia in this one. That is probably the biggest trigger you'll find in any of these books. If that triggers you, I probably wouldn't read any of these actually. It's not too bad in my opinion. It was like, yeah, just internalized homophobia that she did get over, not pretty quickly, but she learned how to love herself and love the women she was with, so I was appreciative of that. So anyway, one of them is a bully and makes fun of the other for literally everything. Unfortunately, that includes being bisexual. So yeah, they're also in high school, so it's like a high school bully, I hate you but I actually love you kind of romance. And there's also tutoring, so there's forced proximity when they hate each other. Oh my god, one of them's grades is falling, so the teacher's like, oh, can you tutor her? And we're like, and they're literally like, we fucking hate each other, why would you say that? And then by the end of it, they're in love with each other, you know? So yeah, they definitely fall in love through that tutoring, and to see the like difference between the hate that they start out with and the love they finish with, like, yeah. So yeah, that's the vibes for this one. It's hate to love, high school romance, tutoring, forced proximity. There is massive jealousy scenes in here. This is top 3 jealousy scenes for me. Like, because there's so much jealousy, and that feels so weird to say, but like, yeah, the jealousy was on point, guys. I'm pretty sure it's Juliet. She's just like so possessive of Adeline, and it was pretty hot. It was pretty hot. This one is just like a classic fun little sapphic romance. I mean, it's not a fun little sapphic romance. In fact, the book is quite thick. I think it's like almost 500 pages, but I enjoyed every second of it. And the spice was really good. I remember there being like not a super big amount of spice, but I did find it really good and really hot. And yeah, I really enjoyed this one. It took me by surprise because it was just like a really solid book, and I had lower expectations, I'm not gonna lie, and I came out being very pleased with this book. So 4 stars or just above, and I really recommend it if you're looking for a sapphic romance that's like, no, it's not kind of dark. The cover would make you think it's kind of dark. It's not as dark as the cover makes it out to be, but it's just a fun little romance, and it gave me that like, yeah, it gave me those kind of butterflies, and I was interested, and I couldn't put it down, and it was like, yeah, it gave everything I wanted it to give, and it was awesome, and I highly recommend it. Okay, next one is Broken Vows by Nadine O'Keefe. Guys, this is a sapphic mafia romance. Like, are you fucking kidding me? As soon as I saw this, I put it on my TBR, and I was like, this is gonna be my next read. I just know it. It has to be, because like sapphic and mafia, yeah. This one actually I think is also like UK English. So it says in the blurb, 2 gangs at war. To me, this was mafia. But it says gangs, like, no, to me this was mafia. Like, they were born into it because of their last name. That's more like mafia to me, and just the setup of it was more mafia. But basically, this follows Nessa and the other heroine, whose name I can't exactly remember. But one of them is set to marry a son from like a really important family in their mafia shit. But comes in the other heroine, Nessa, who I think either like kidnaps her or saves her, but then realizes who she is and then like holds her ransom. So it creates quite an interesting dynamic, sorry. It is kind of captive slightly. Nessa just like is like, no, I don't have feelings for her. What are you talking about? Like, I'm just keeping her in my dungeon. What are you talking about? And like everyone around them is just like, Nessa, you can let her outside, you know, like you can let her do things. And Nessa's like, no, I can't go see her. I don't care about her. The relationship kind of starts in that dynamic, and to see that build up is so amazing. Like, it's so hot. I loved the build up for this, seriously. So yeah, it's a different kind of take on sapphic romance. It's got mafia, gang wars, a little bit more violence, a little bit darker, but it doesn't go too much into the darkness or too much into like the extra plot in this one. It was pretty fast paced. It ended how I wanted it to, and the heroines in this one I quite loved, especially them together, like chef's kiss. But them separately as well, I was like, I really like how these characters are written. And yeah, this one was really hot as well, because there's like that extra part of, I guess, danger in the mafia, and like she kidnapped her and like, right? It just makes it so much hotter. So I thought this one was super good. It's not too long though. I think it's just above 300 pages. So it feels quicker and it is pretty fast paced, but yeah, this one is definitely a fun little sapphic read. A little bit darker, but like it's still so good. Literally so good. All of these are above 4 stars, but this one I feel like is top 3. Okay, I'm not gonna rank any of them, but let's just say top 3. Okay, next up is Pretty Little Psycho from R.E. Bond. Now this one, if you want like absolute chaos and drama and smut and like so much drama, this is the one. I believe this is a spin-off series from another series that R.E. Bond wrote. So this is like the next generation, and I think the author just decided to throw a sapphic romance in there to like change the dynamic a bit, because tell me why there's 18 fucking characters in here that are like super heavy in the story. I was reading this and I was like, new character, new character, new character, and I'm supposed to remember these fuckers because they're coming in like every chapter? No. So if you can get past that, I don't think you need to read the other series that this author wrote before this one, because yes, I was like fucking confused, like why is there so many characters in here? And then I understood that's part of a bigger world, and I was like, okay, but still I didn't care about many of them at all, unfortunately. But this one is about 2 best friends who realize that they're actually in love with each other. One of them has a boyfriend. One of them is like out and is quite a fucking player. Like, girl, she does her shit and she loves women. And I think she is lesbian, not bisexual. That's all I can say. She loves women. And she's been in love with her best friend for a while. But she's been like tiptoeing on the edge, and then her best friend, I don't know what happens, I don't really remember, but just something like tips them over. And even if I remembered, I couldn't say that because that's big spoilers, but something just tips their relationship over the edge, and then they're like, whoa. And this one is a really thick one. I think it's like 470 pages, and it's thick and it's got so much drama, and so much of the family is in this as well. Like there's a lot of fucking drama, but it also is a bit darker and involves street racing. One of the heroines street races. And it's a bit of good girl, bad girl too. I feel like you got that in all of these books though. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. I just felt like there was a little bit too much drama for me personally. There was a lot going on with that, but in terms of the romance and in terms of the characters, another one of my favorites. Also top 3. Yeah, oh my god, I love the trope of like best friends to lovers. I am always a forever best friends to lovers, childhood friends to lovers girl, and when it's sapphic romance, like it was so good. If you guys know of any other sapphic romances, like just period, if it's this trope, even fucking better. But if you guys know of any other sapphic romances, please share them for the class down in the comments. Now, I will read them instantly, and everyone who watches this video hopefully can go find more recs on Kindle Unlimited, on anywhere you can find really, because we need more recs. We all need more recs for sapphic romances, like literally. Next is Queen Takes Rose by Katie Robert. I have never read any Katie Robert other than this one. Oh, that's a fucking lie. That's a straight fucking lie. I don't know why I said that. Oh my god. I haven't read the popular Katie Robert books though. For some reason I went to a paranormal one and then to this one. This follows Malone and Aurora, and it's a bit more of a, I don't even know if you can call it paranormal. I would call it more fantasy, because they're like based on mythology. I think it's Greek mythology. And one of the heroines in here, Malone, rules like a city with all of her like 7 siblings, and they're each named something. And yeah, don't quote me on this for that level, because like the fantasy level or slight fantasy level, I didn't care too much about. I just thought that this was another quicker romance, unfortunately. This one is 294 pages, but I was just there for the sapphic smut. Yeah, I mean a little bit of the plot, obviously, like I want to have some fun times, but I also was there for the smut. So yeah, this was another like bad girl villain. Actually, she is more of a villain. Like I think a lot of people hate her, and when Aurora goes to end up in the clutches of Malone, let's just say that, everyone's like, oh no, gotta save good girl Aurora, she's not in the clutches of Malone. Like yeah, she's got that kind of vibe to her, and I just thought this one was really different because I kind of think that they're both out of the closet. I don't think Aurora is. I don't think she is. But yeah, you just have like a really villain-esque bad girl who's like a big player and is like pretty cold and heartless. And like, oh, yeah, I loved it. I thought it was super fun. I didn't take it too seriously. There were some parts that I didn't fully love or understand, but I was just like, yeah, I was here for the sapphic smut and I got it. It was super fun. Now I bet y'all who have been following me for a while and have been watching my videos that do enjoy sapphic romances are probably like, wow, girl, you just pulled out 4 romances that I barely even heard of. And that's why y'all call me the underrated or like undiscovered queen, because yeah, I bring out all these recommendations that nobody ever talks about. I'm trying to be like humble, but I know I do, because I always go for that, and I'm glad y'all know me for that, because yeah, it's a passion of mine, let's just say that. But unfortunately, not unfortunately, fortunately, we're gonna go into the waters of more popular sapphic romances now. Number 1, you probably actually couldn't guess. I was about to say guess it, but probably a lot of people would say Just 6 Venom. That's the next one. Vibe by Eliza James. If you're a dark romance girly, you know what the fuck is up with this book, okay? Oh, this one is good. Okay, so it follows a girl who was in a cult, and she's out of this cult now. I think like 5-10 years have passed, and she's just opening up her mind. She's trying to explore new things. She's trying to get out of her comfort zone and out of her judgment zone that she was like conditioned to have. And she goes to the strip club with her boyfriend and her best friend, and she meets, oh my god, not me forgetting her name. Oh my god. I think it's actually Ruby, because it's Ruby and Aurora, right? Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's Aurora that meets Ruby in the strip club, and she's a dancer. Oh! And she like is sitting there watching her and is like, why am I turned on by this? My boyfriend's right there. Why am I liking this? And then for some reason they have to give her like a ride home or something. And one of them, the dancer, is out of the closet. She's proud, and she can see that the other one is not fully out of the closet and is like experiencing all these like new feelings, and she's just gonna give her a little gentle nudge, you know? So something happens between them and makes Aurora, I'm pretty sure, if I get these names wrong, guys, don't come at me, okay? And makes Aurora think like, oh my god, like I might be bisexual or even a lesbian. And Ruby, once again, don't quote me, is like, yeah, I gave you the push, right? So like, yeah, she ends up breaking up with her boyfriend. They have a thing, and not only is it like so hot, like some of the hottest sapphic smut I've ever read. Like, oh yeah, because like their connection, and really truly, they have such a connection, and it just transfers into like their sex life, I guess. And oh my god, oh my god. So yeah, combine that with all the experiences that they had, everything that's led them to that point, like, oh, anyway, back to the topic at hand. Yeah, she breaks up with her boyfriend, they have their thing, and they just like heal each other, and it's just super beautiful to me. So yeah, I really like this one. It was a perfect balance of like plot, drama, events happening that like make it interesting, and smut. It was the perfect balance. And I also want to give a special shout out to the second one in this duet. Let's see what it's called, because I totally forgot. Not me losing my Eliza James books on my fucking shelf. It's called Hush. Okay, so we have Vibe and Hush. Hush I have not read yet. Why have I not read Hush yet? I don't know. Because I read Vibe this time last year. I think it was actually May of last year. And then I was like, I don't want to read Hush because it won't compare to Vibe. And then I just never read it. Now I gotta get myself in the mood to read it. I have it on my shelf. I could read there. I could read on my Kindle. I just gotta get myself in the mood to read it, because like, yeah, why haven't I read it yet? That's a great fucking question. But I want to give a special shout out to that. It's not following Ruby and Aurora, but it's following 2 other people in that world, and I've heard it's equally as good. So special shout out to this one. I can't recommend it. I've not read it, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. Now lastly, I would like to recommend Tryst 6 Venom by Penelope Douglas themselves. So this one, it's the ultimate sapphic bully romance. High school. They're both athletes, I think. One of them's like, or maybe one of them's a cheerleader and the other's an athlete, but like, they are classic high school girls, especially one of them. She's like good girl, got the grades, got the boyfriend, got the money, got the everything. And another one who's a bit from the other side of the tracks. She's a bit more like rough and dirty, and I mean that in like the way that she lives life. I guess the word would be rugged, okay? She like doesn't sleep in a mansion like the other girl does. So yeah, it's kind of like an opposites attract romance, but it's also a bully romance. One of them bullies the other. And of course, that just means they're in love with them, as always, in every single situation there is. And yeah, their chemistry is explosive. Some do say that this has like too much drama, too much da da da. I'm like, no. No, it was entertaining. It was dramatic. It was entertaining. The smut was on point. And the characters, I just love them. And this is a classic to me. This is arguably one of Penelope Douglas's best books for me. Because like, oh, it was so good. Yeah, so I'm not gonna say too much more about this book because it's probably one of the more popular ones on this list, but smut was excellent, plot was there, bully romance. I mean, if you're not a fan of bully romances, I feel like you would not. Well, you definitely wouldn't like this book. I don't feel like that. I know you wouldn't. This is a bully romance, and I believe there's also internalized homophobia in this one. More so in this one and the other bully romance that I mentioned, because like they're throwing shade in every way that they can. So it's sad to see, but they definitely move past it. And to me, they were remorseful. And you definitely can't say that makes up for it and like excuses everything, but it makes them a better person who's trying to change. So yeah, I don't know what more can be said to convince you, because yeah, all these books, they're just so good, guys. They are sapphic romances, and that makes them all the better. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope you found some new sapphic romances. Like I said in the beginning, these are hard to come by. Any author who writes a sapphic romance automatically will have me download it, and will also have me give a lot of my support towards them. So if any of you know of any other sapphic romances, please put them down in the comments. Let everyone who's watching this video know, and me too, because literally I will look those up right now and I will go read them. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed these sapphic romances. This wasn't really a highly requested video, but it was a video that I really wanted to do because I love sapphic romances. The world needs to know about them. And like I said, I didn't plan this, but it's kind of perfect that it is in Pride Month. As always, everybody, Pride Month is not just 1 month. Pride Month, I was gonna say it's a way of living, because my dad has a shirt that says that for a sports team. But yeah, be you, be proud. It's Pride Month, so be like a little extra proud too. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. As always, all my links are down in the description. You can find my Goodreads, my email, my Instagram, all of that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're having a great reading month, and I'll see you in my next video very soon.